Hello again, I'm back with a discussion of this week's Doctor Who episode, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. Looking forward to this episode. I'm always eager to see more of the TARDIS. It was a pretty enjoyable episode too. It had quite a lot going on. Besides seeing further into the TARDIS, it had plenty going on with the storyline between the Doctor and Clara too. The Doctor was seen resorting to manipulation in order to ensure that the others helped him to save Clara. Although this is nothing new, the Doctor has been seen to be quite manipulative to get what he wants, right from the beginning of the show. It was interesting seeing the Doctor lose control somewhat when he was questioning Clara yet again on who she was. You could really see his frustration coming through at the mystery that she presents to him. However, he does seem to have finally accepted that she really doesn't know, and that she really is indeed, or at least as far as she is aware, just an ordinary human girl. Clara herself was quite frightened by his behaviour, but once she found out that the Doctor had encountered other versions of her in his past, she seemed to take it surprisingly well in a stride, considering. Of course, later in the episode, she loses this knowledge again. Like last week's episode, it only had a very small cast, but this worked well. It highlighted the darker side of human nature, something often seen in Doctor Who, with the revelation that the supposed android, Tricky, was actually a brother of the other two crew members, who had been manipulated into believing that he was not human in order for the gain of his brother. There's not really a villain as such in the end. Although it appeared to be so throughout quite a large part of the episode, it turned out in the end that the so-called monsters was actually versions of Clara and the others in a possible future. That said, there was very suitably creepy and threatening throughout the episode. There were some pretty big moments, such as the revealing of the book The History of the Time War, and the fact that Clara learned the Doctor's true name. Although I have to say she did pretty well to learn this after just glancing very briefly in the book at a couple of pages. However, this knowledge was lost too when the reset button was used, and time was restored. However, this is still almost certain to mean something. With the finale and the big 50th anniversary coming up, it could certainly open up some possibilities. Then of course there was the TARDIS itself. We certainly got a deep look inside. We saw several rooms, including the huge library, the swimming pool, a storage room that had some items that we've seen in the past, also endless corridors leading to God knows where. And we also had a very good look at the Eye of Harmony, which has of course been used in classic stories several times. The heart of the TARDIS, frozen in mid-explosion, was pretty impressive to see, and the architectural reconfiguration system looks pretty amazing too. There's also another great opportunity to see the character of the TARDIS coming through in itself too. I really enjoyed the moment in the console room when various voices from the past could be heard in a very creepy, atmospheric whispering. The voices included Ian Chesterton, the 9th and the 4th Doctors, and many more. If you picked out any others in particular, do feel free to comment. Not entirely sure why it is that the Doctor ended up thrown outside of the TARDIS while Clara is stuck inside, but I guess that's just one of those things. The ending may have proved just a little bit too easy for some people, with the use of the reset button to turn back time. However, it did provide a logical and reasonable explanation. I also really enjoyed the musical soundtrack in this episode, with Murray Gold being up to his usual high standards. All in all, it was a very well done episode, with lots of decent character growth, and lots of nods to the past, which have featured very strongly in this series. It was also, as usual, brilliantly acted by both Matt and Jenna. It all seems like it's gearing up to a very epic finale, which is of course coming very soon with only 2 more episodes to go before this happens. It all seems to be gearing up to a really epic finale, and of course we've only got another 2 episodes before this takes place. That's all for now. There's a lot going on in the episode, so as usual please do feel free to comment and discuss it further, and I shall see you all again next week when I will be reviewing the next episode, which is The Crimson Horror. So I shall see you all later. Goodbye.